Have you ever looked at your daily meals and thought, I've been eating this for years. It can't be that bad. What if one of those familiar foods was quietly putting extra strain on your kidneys without you even realizing it? The surprising part is that kidney damage often develops slowly. In the early stages, there may be no pain, no clear warning, and no obvious symptoms. By the time many people notice something is wrong, their kidneys may already be working much harder than they should. As we get older, this becomes even more important. After the age of 60, our kidneys naturally become less efficient. That doesn't mean kidney disease is inevitable. It simply means they may be more sensitive to everyday habits, including some foods that many of us eat without a second thought. Today we're going to look at 5 foods that can quietly place extra stress on your kidneys as you age. This isn't about fear or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about understanding which foods deserve a closer look, why they matter, and what healthier choices you can make instead. Be sure to stay until the end because the final food surprises many people. It's often advertised as a healthy option, yet for some older adults, eating too much of it may do more harm than good. Let's begin. Your kidneys may not get as much attention as your heart or your brain, but they work around the clock to keep you healthy. Every single day, these two bean-shaped organs filter about 50 gallons of blood. They remove waste, balance fluids, help control blood pressure, keep important minerals in balance, and even support healthy bones by helping activate vitamin D. Imagine the filter in a home water system. If it becomes clogged or overloaded day after day, it can't do its job properly. Your kidneys work in a similar way. While they are remarkably strong, years of extra strain can gradually reduce how well they function. The challenge is that early kidney problems are often silent. Many people feel completely fine until significant damage has already occurred. That's one reason doctors encourage regular health checkups, especially for adults over 60 or anyone with diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of kidney disease. The good news is that many everyday choices can help protect your kidneys. One of the biggest is paying attention to what ends up on your plate. Let's start with the first food. Food number 1, processed meats. Think about bacon with breakfast, deli ham in a sandwich, hot dogs at a family barbecue, or sausage with eggs on a weekend morning. These foods are convenient, tasty, and familiar. But they also have something in common that your kidneys don't appreciate. They're usually loaded with sodium. Sodium is a mineral found in salt. Your body needs a small amount of it to help control fluids and support normal muscle and nerve function. But most people consume far more than they need. When sodium intake stays high day after day, your body tends to hold on to extra water. That increases the amount of fluid flowing through your blood vessels, which can raise blood pressure. Why does that matter for your kidneys? Because high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney damage. Imagine watering a delicate garden with a fire hose instead of a gentle watering can. Over time, that stronger pressure can wear things down. Something similar can happen inside the tiny blood vessels that help your kidneys filter waste. Processed meats often contain much more sodium than people expect. For example, just a few slices of deli turkey or ham can contain hundreds of milligrams of sodium. Add bread, cheese, pickles, or soup, and you've quickly exceeded a large portion of your recommended daily intake before dinner even begins. Many processed meats also contain preservatives that help extend shelf life and improve flavor. While these ingredients serve a purpose in food production, eating large amounts of processed meat on a regular basis has been linked to poorer overall health, including higher risks of heart disease. Since heart health and kidney health are closely connected, protecting one often helps protect the other. Let's imagine 2 neighbors. John enjoys bacon almost every morning and often grabs a deli sandwich for lunch because it's quick and easy. David also enjoys meat, but he cooks fresh chicken breasts on Sunday, slices them himself, and uses them throughout the week for sandwiches and salads. He seasons his meals with herbs, garlic, lemon juice, and black pepper instead of relying heavily on salt. Both men enjoy satisfying meals, but over months and years, David is likely putting much less stress on his kidneys. Does that mean you can never enjoy bacon again? Not necessarily. The goal isn't perfection, it's balance. Instead of eating processed meats every day, consider treating them as occasional foods rather than daily staples. Fresh chicken, turkey, fish, beans, lentils, eggs, or lean cuts of fresh meat can often be healthier alternatives. If you do buy packaged meats, take a moment to read the nutrition label. Choosing lower sodium options whenever possible can make a meaningful difference over time. One simple habit can also help. Try flavoring your meals with herbs and spices instead of automatically reaching for the salt shaker. Garlic powder without added salt, paprika, rosemary, thyme, oregano, parsley, black pepper, onion powder, and fresh lemon juice can all add wonderful flavor while helping reduce sodium intake. Small changes like these may not seem dramatic today, but your kidneys benefit from consistent healthy habits repeated over months and years. Now, you might be thinking, I don't eat much bacon. That's great, but the next food is found in many kitchens every single day, and most people never suspect it could quietly affect kidney health. Before we get there, it's important to remember that kidney health isn't determined by just one food. It's the overall pattern of eating that matters. A balanced diet rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and appropriate sources of protein can support not only your kidneys, but also your heart, brain, and overall well-being. At the same time, even foods that seem harmless can become a problem if we eat them in excess or if we already have certain medical conditions. That's why the second food on our list deserves special attention. It may be sitting on your dining table right now, and many people use it several times a day without giving it a second thought. It may surprise you to learn that the next food isn't a snack or a dessert. In fact, many people think it's completely harmless because they've used it their entire lives. Food number 2, too much salt, even outside of processed foods. When most people hear the word salt, they immediately think of potato chips or fast food. But for many older adults, the biggest source of extra sodium isn't always packaged food. It's the salt added during cooking and at the dinner table. A small sprinkle here, another pinch there. A little more because the food tastes bland. Over the years, those small amounts can add up. As we age, our sense of taste naturally changes. Foods may not seem as flavorful as they once did, so it's common to add more salt without realizing how much we're using. The problem is that your kidneys are responsible for helping your body maintain the right balance of sodium and water. When there's too much sodium, your kidneys have to work harder to remove the excess. Think of it like carrying groceries. If you carry one lightweight bag, it's easy. But if someone keeps adding heavier bags to your arms, the task becomes more difficult. Eventually, the extra weight starts to wear you down. Your kidneys face a similar challenge when they're constantly dealing with excess sodium. Over time, high sodium intake can contribute to high blood pressure, and because high blood pressure can damage the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, the filtering system becomes less efficient. This doesn't happen overnight. That's why kidney disease is often called a silent condition. Many people feel perfectly healthy, while damage slowly develops over several years. Here's something else many people don't realize. You don't have to love salty snacks to consume too much sodium. Many everyday foods contain hidden salt, including canned soups, canned vegetables, frozen dinners, bottled sauces, salad dressings, breakfast cereals, bread, crackers, cheese, and even some breakfast sandwiches. A single bowl of canned soup may contain nearly half, or sometimes even more, of the recommended daily sodium limit. Imagine Margaret, a 72-year-old retiree. She rarely eats fast food. She cooks almost every meal at home. She believes she's eating very healthy. But breakfast is toast with salted butter. Lunch is canned soup. Dinner includes canned vegetables, gravy, and extra salt added while cooking. Without realizing it, Margaret may be consuming far more sodium than her kidneys would prefer. The encouraging news is that small adjustments can make a meaningful difference. If you buy canned vegetables or beans, look for versions labeled no salt added or low sodium. If those aren't available, simply rinsing canned vegetables or beans under running water can wash away a significant amount of the sodium. Taste your food before adding salt. Many of us automatically reach for the salt shaker out of habit rather than necessity. Experiment with fresh herbs like parsley, basil, dill, cilantro, rosemary, or thyme. Lemon juice, garlic, onion, vinegar, and black pepper can also make meals much more flavorful without adding sodium. Another helpful habit is reading nutrition labels. Don't just glance at the calories, look at the sodium content as well. Two products may look nearly identical, but one may contain twice as much sodium as the other. Over months and years, those smarter choices really can add up. But while reducing excess sodium is important, there's another food category that often surprises people even more. Many viewers have probably been told that this next food is healthy because it provides protein. And that's true, to a point. The problem isn't necessarily the food itself, it's how much we eat. Let's take a closer look. Food number 3, eating too much red meat. Protein is essential. Your muscles need it. Your immune system needs it. Your body uses it to repair tissues every single day. Without enough protein, healthy aging becomes much more difficult. So why are we talking about red meat on a list of foods that may strain the kidneys? Because the amount and the source of protein matter. When your body digests protein, it produces waste products that your kidneys must filter and remove. Healthy kidneys are designed to handle this job, but as kidney function naturally changes with age, or if someone already has reduced kidney function, consistently eating very large amounts of protein, especially from red meat, may increase the kidney's workload. Think of your kidneys as a water treatment plant. Every day, trucks arrive carrying waste that needs to be processed. A normal number of trucks isn't a problem, but if twice as many trucks arrive every day, eventually the workers have to work much harder to keep up. Your kidneys face a similar challenge. This doesn't mean red meat is, quote, bad. Lean beef can provide important nutrients such as iron, zinc, and vitamin B12. The key is moderation. Unfortunately, portion sizes today are often much larger than they used to be. A restaurant steak may weigh 12 or even 16 ounces. That's far more protein than most people need in a single meal. Now imagine someone eating large portions of steak several times each week, along with burgers, processed meats, and high-protein snacks. Over time, that pattern may place extra strain on the kidneys, especially if they also have diabetes or high blood pressure. Here's another point worth considering. Some research suggests that replacing some red meat with plant-based proteins or fish may support both heart and kidney health. While researchers continue to study the long-term effects, many health experts recommend variety rather than relying heavily on one source of protein. Let's look at another example. Robert is 69 years old. He's always believed that eating lots of meat helps him stay strong. Every lunch includes a large hamburger. Dinner is usually a big steak or several pork chops. Vegetables often take up only a small corner of the plate. His friend Michael eats differently. He still enjoys beef occasionally, but several nights each week he chooses grilled fish, baked chicken, lentil soup, or beans with vegetables and brown rice. Both men are getting protein, but Michael's overall eating pattern provides more variety, more fiber, and often less saturated fat, while reducing the amount of work his kidneys may need to do. This isn't about becoming vegetarian, unless that's your personal choice. It's about balance. A practical goal is to make vegetables fill about half your plate, include a moderate serving of protein, and add whole grains when appropriate. That simple approach supports not only kidney health, but also heart health, blood sugar control, and healthy aging overall. One more important reminder. If you've already been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, don't make major changes to your protein intake on your own. Some people with kidney disease need less protein, while others may need more depending on their condition and treatment plan. That's why personalized advice from your doctor or a registered dietitian is so valuable. Now, if you think those first 3 foods were surprising, the next one catches many people completely off guard. It's found in countless healthy snacks, smoothies, and breakfast bowls. In fact, many people eat it every day because they believe they're doing something good for their health. For some older adults, that's true. But for others, especially those with reduced kidney function, it may deserve a closer look. Let's talk about that next. Let's continue with the 4th food on our list. If you've been trying to eat healthier, there's a good chance you've added more of this food to your diet. Nutrition experts often recommend it because it's packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. So why is it on today's list? The answer depends on one very important factor: how well your kidneys are working. Food number 4. Too many high-potassium foods when you already have kidney problems. Before we go any further, let's be clear. For most healthy adults with normal kidney function, potassium is an important mineral. It helps your muscles work properly, supports healthy nerves, and keeps your heartbeat steady. Foods rich in potassium are part of a balanced diet and are not something most people should avoid. However, if someone has moderate to advanced chronic kidney disease, the situation can be different. Healthy kidneys remove extra potassium from the body, but when the kidneys are no longer filtering efficiently, potassium can build up in the blood. This condition is called high potassium or hyperkalemia. In simple terms, it means there's more potassium in your bloodstream than your body can safely handle. Why does that matter? Because very high potassium levels can affect the electrical signals that control your heartbeat. In severe cases, it can become a medical emergency. The tricky part is that many potassium-rich foods are considered healthy. Bananas, oranges, avocados, potatoes, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, spinach, dried fruits, beans, and even some fruit juices. These foods offer many health benefits for people with healthy kidneys. But if your doctor has told you that your kidney function is reduced, eating large amounts of them may not be the best choice. Let's look at an example. Linda is 74 years old. She recently learned that she has chronic kidney disease during a routine blood test. She feels fine, so she assumes nothing needs to change. Wanting to be healthier, she starts every morning with a banana, drinks orange juice with breakfast, adds tomatoes to lunch, enjoys baked potatoes with dinner, and snacks on dried apricots. Every choice seems healthy on its own, but together they provide a large amount of potassium. Without realizing it, Linda may be making it harder for her kidneys to keep potassium levels balanced. Does this mean bananas or potatoes are bad? Not at all. This is one of the most misunderstood topics in nutrition. If your kidneys are healthy, potassium-rich foods are usually beneficial. If you have chronic kidney disease, your healthcare provider may recommend limiting certain high-potassium foods based on your blood test results. That's why it's so important not to copy someone else's diet. The right eating plan depends on your own health. If you're unsure about your kidney function, ask your doctor during your next visit. A simple blood test and urine test can provide valuable information long before symptoms appear. Another helpful reminder is to avoid making major dietary restrictions without professional advice. Some people hear that bananas contain potassium and stop eating fruit altogether. That's unnecessary, and for many people, it could actually reduce the quality of their diet. Healthy eating isn't about eliminating nutritious foods without a good reason. It's about making choices that fit your individual needs. Now let's move to the 5th and final food. This one often surprises people the most because it's marketed as a healthier alternative to regular drinks. Many older adults buy it, believing they're making one of the best choices for their health. But depending on the product they choose, it may quietly contain ingredients their kidneys don't appreciate. Food number 5, sugary soft drinks and sweetened beverages. When people think about protecting their kidneys, they often focus only on salt, but sugar deserves attention too. Drinking sugary beverages day after day can increase the risk of weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. And remember what we discussed earlier? Diabetes and high blood pressure are two of the leading causes of chronic kidney disease. The connection isn't always direct. It's the long-term effects on the body that matter. Imagine filling your car with poor quality fuel every day. The engine may still run for a while, but over time, small problems begin to develop. In a similar way, regularly consuming large amounts of added sugar can gradually affect many systems in the body, including those that support healthy kidneys. Soft drinks are one obvious example, but they're not the only ones. Many sweetened iced teas, sports drinks, flavored coffees, energy drinks, fruit punches, sweetened fruit juices, and bottled smoothies can contain surprising amounts of added sugar. Even products labeled natural or made with fruit may still contain a significant amount of sugar. That's why reading the nutrition label is so important. Don't let the front of the package make the decision for you. Turn it over and look at the ingredients and the amount of added sugar. Let's meet George. George is 71 years old and doesn't enjoy drinking plain water. Instead, he drinks several glasses of sweet tea throughout the day and a soft drink with dinner because he thinks he's staying hydrated. Technically, he's drinking fluids, but he's also taking in a large amount of added sugar every single day. Over the years, that habit may increase his risk of developing health conditions that place extra stress on his kidneys. Now compare George with his sister, Carol. She keeps a reusable water bottle nearby throughout the day. If she wants more flavor, she adds slices of lemon, cucumber, fresh mint, or a few berries. Sometimes she drinks unsweetened herbal tea. She's staying hydrated while avoiding unnecessary added sugar. One simple habit has made a meaningful difference. Hydration itself is another important part of kidney health. Your kidneys need enough fluid to help remove waste products from the body. For most people, drinking water regularly throughout the day is the best choice. However, it's also important to know that some people with heart failure or advanced kidney disease may be told to limit their fluid intake. Again, this is why personalized medical advice matters. One recommendation doesn't fit everyone. As we've gone through these 5 foods, you may have noticed a common theme. None of them are about perfection. None of them mean you have to give up every favorite meal forever. Instead, they're reminders that small, consistent choices can make a big difference over time. Your kidneys don't expect perfection. They benefit from balance. Choosing fresh foods more often, reducing excess sodium, keeping portions reasonable, enjoying a variety of protein sources, understanding your own medical conditions, and staying well hydrated with healthier beverages. These simple habits work together to support not only your kidneys, but also your heart, blood pressure, blood sugar, and overall healthy aging. But before we finish, there's one more important point that every older adult should know. Many people assume they'll always feel kidney problems if something is wrong. Unfortunately, that's often not the case. In the final part of this video, we'll discuss the early warning signs that shouldn't be ignored, common mistakes that quietly damage the kidneys, when it's time to speak with your doctor, and the everyday habits that can help protect these remarkable organs for years to come. As we come to the end of today's video, there's one important message I hope you'll remember. Your kidneys are incredibly hardworking organs, but they rarely complain until they've already lost a significant amount of their filtering ability. That's why paying attention to prevention is so important, especially after the age of 60. Many people assume that if their kidneys were in trouble, they would feel pain. In reality, early kidney disease often causes no noticeable symptoms at all. That's one reason it's sometimes called a silent disease. However, as kidney function declines, some warning signs may begin to appear. You might notice swelling in your feet, ankles, or hands because your body is holding on to extra fluid. You may feel unusually tired, even after a good night's sleep, because waste products can build up in the body when the kidneys aren't filtering as well as they should. Some people experience changes in urination. They may need to urinate more often at night, notice foamy urine, see blood in the urine, or find that they're producing much less urine than usual. Others may lose their appetite, feel nauseated more often, or have trouble concentrating. It's important to remember that these symptoms can also have many other causes. They don't automatically mean you have kidney disease, but they do mean it's worth speaking with your healthcare provider, especially if the symptoms are new, persistent, or getting worse. The encouraging news is that simple blood and urine tests can often detect kidney problems long before serious symptoms appear. That's why routine checkups become increasingly valuable as we get older. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, or a family history of kidney disease, regular kidney screening is especially important. Now let's talk about a few common mistakes that quietly put extra stress on the kidneys. The first is relying too heavily on processed foods. Even when they seem convenient, packaged meals often contain large amounts of sodium, preservatives, and added sugars. Preparing more meals at home, even just a few extra each week, can give you much greater control over what you're eating. The second mistake is ignoring high blood pressure. Many people call high blood pressure the silent killer because it often has no symptoms. Yet it's one of the leading causes of kidney damage. Taking prescribed medications as directed, staying active, eating a balanced diet, and monitoring your blood pressure can all help protect your kidneys over time. The third mistake is allowing blood sugar to remain uncontrolled. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, keeping your blood sugar within the target range recommended by your healthcare provider doesn't just protect your eyes and nerves. It also helps protect the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys. Another mistake many people make is taking certain pain-relieving medications more often than necessary. Some over-the-counter pain medicines, particularly non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, often called NSAIDs, can reduce blood flow to the kidneys when used frequently or in high doses. Examples include medications such as ibuprofen and naproxen. These medicines can be helpful when used appropriately, but they aren't meant to be taken regularly without medical guidance, especially for older adults or anyone with kidney disease. If you find yourself needing pain medication often, it's a good idea to discuss safer long-term options with your doctor. Hydration is another area where balance matters. Many people simply don't drink enough water throughout the day because they don't feel as thirsty as they used to. Our sense of thirst naturally decreases with age, making dehydration more common in older adults. Keeping a water bottle nearby, drinking water with meals, and choosing water instead of sugary drinks are simple habits that support healthy kidney function. At the same time, if your doctor has advised you to limit fluids because of heart failure or advanced kidney disease, always follow that personalized advice. No YouTube video can replace medical care that's tailored specifically to you. Physical activity also plays an important role in protecting your kidneys. You don't have to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. Even a daily walk, light strength exercises, stretching, gardening, or other enjoyable activities can help support healthy blood pressure, blood sugar, weight management, and circulation, all of which benefit your kidneys. Sleep is another piece of the puzzle that's often overlooked. Poor sleep has been linked to a variety of health problems, including high blood pressure and diabetes. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine and aiming for consistent, restful sleep may support your overall health, including your kidneys. And don't forget the importance of regular medical checkups. Many kidney problems can be managed much more effectively when they're found early. If your doctor recommends blood work or a urine test, think of it as an opportunity rather than an inconvenience. Those simple tests can provide valuable information about your kidney health before you ever notice symptoms. Let's quickly review the 5 foods we discussed today. First, processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats can be high in sodium and preservatives that may place extra stress on your kidneys over time. Second, too much added salt, even when cooking at home, can contribute to high blood pressure, one of the leading causes of kidney disease. Third, very large amounts of red meat may increase the kidney's workload, especially when eaten frequently and in oversized portions. Fourth, high-potassium foods deserve special attention only for people who already have reduced kidney function. For most people with healthy kidneys, these foods are nutritious and beneficial. And finally, sugary drinks can increase the risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and weight gain, all of which can affect kidney health over time. If there's one lesson to take away from today's video, it's this: your kidneys don't need perfection. They need consistent care. Small choices made day after day can have a powerful impact over the years. Choosing fresh foods more often, reading nutrition labels, reducing excess salt, enjoying a variety of protein sources, drinking enough water, staying active, managing blood pressure and blood sugar, and keeping up with routine health checkups. None of these habits are dramatic on their own, but together they create a lifestyle that gives your kidneys the best chance to keep doing the remarkable work for many years to come. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If you found this video helpful, we'd love to hear from you. How old are you? And which of today's 5 foods surprised you the most? Have you already made changes to your diet to protect your kidneys? Or is there one healthy habit you're planning to start this week? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience may encourage someone else on their healthy aging journey. And if you enjoy practical, evidence-informed health tips designed especially for adults over 60, be sure to subscribe and join our growing community. Every week, we share simple, trustworthy information to help you stay healthier, stronger, and more independent as you age. Until next time, take good care of yourself and take good care of your kidneys. They quietly take care of you every single day.